Okay, it says we're live. And I see no viewers, but I believe it should be recording. And if it's not recording, so sorry. But I hope it is. Okay. Now, hang on one second. I'll be back. Okay. Hello, I'm back. So I'm gonna at least start talking about meal planning while we're waiting for some viewers to show up, since it is being recorded. So let's talk about meal planning. If you can, if you're coming in and you can see me, give me a little chat. In the top left corner, there's the chat button, and I hope you will check it out. So I am going to fully disclose that my husband is sitting in the other room watching. Oh, it looks like we have 3 viewers, and I don't know who you are. But he's in the other room, and so if there's any troubles, you can go to my Facebook page or go to the Facebook event, and he can hopefully give you a hand. His name is Xerxes. He's very nice. I'm a big fan of him. So I have 3 viewers as far as I can tell. If you could go to that top left corner and just put in a little, hey, I'm here and my name is Sally or Bob or Xerxes, you in the other room. Just so then I know, we're live and we're communicating and we're talking and it's all good. So if you, oh, look at this. Oh man, I'm missing something that I needed. If you are just watching the recording and wondering why I'm taking so long, one of the things you can do if you have not done it already is print out your handy dandy list, which I feel like I've sent it out a bunch. If you're a subscriber, you should see it in the last couple of newsletters I've sent out. If you are not a subscriber to Lily's Table, and by subscriber, I mean not a member, a paying member, but an actual subscriber to the newsletter, then you should be able to, we lost a viewer. Do you know why we lost a viewer? I don't even know who my viewers were. Okay, so if you want to go sign up, then you will be able to download this, which if you're viewing live, you can totally just follow along with what I'm doing with a little pen and paper. But if you are viewing as a recording, stop the recording, go grab it, and you can follow along with me. And they look like this. So this is the pre-plan. When you get to the thank you page where the worksheets are, you'll see one that says pre-plan. Click on that, print it out, and you may want to print a few of those for future weeks. And then the second one should be the actual summer meal plan. I'm sorry, I'm holding these up and trying not to shake them. But you want to print out that as well. Okay, welcome to my kitchen. I have 3 viewers and no one has responded in the chat box. I'm not sure. Every time I try to do the Q&A, it says it's not, it's disabled. So, next Hangout, maybe I'll have figured that one out. These are all past meal plans that I've done. This is how I meal plan at home for my own family. And I've only had the worksheet now for a couple of months, which I created with an amazing designer. But it is how I've been meal planning for a while anyways. So I think that oftentimes we meal plan a little bit in reverse. We think, oh, I want to do amazing recipes, and we go and we gather recipes and we think about the recipes, but I think that there's a lot of background work that you need to do prior to actually even being able to know when or what or how we're going to eat dinner. I mean, some nights you have an hour or 2 hours to cook, which sounds very luxurious. But other nights, I mean, you have like 10 minutes to cook and not a lot of time to eat either. So you have to really kind of flow with your calendar and your schedule and all of that. So I am going to take you through these worksheets, and I'm going to take you through the process that I do at home with my family. And we are going to hopefully help you create a meal plan for your family during this whole broadcast together. Broadcast, that sounds so fancy. Okay, so to get started, the very, very first thing I do, and if you don't have it printed out and you're following along, here's what it looks like. So this is nice and close. You can see, it's backwards for me, so I'm assuming it's forwards for you, but I hope. And since no one's chatting with me in the little box, like I don't really actually know what's going on, but I'm going to continue and pretend like it's all good. So as you can see, it says up here, what is our existing schedule this week? So I don't know about you, but all of my existing schedule is on my phone. So basically what I do is I go through my phone and I am going to, I got messages from people, but I hope you can all see me. And it looks like maybe I disabled your chat box. So let me just really quickly take a quick moment. Hi there, audio video. Xerxes, would you like to make a guest appearance and help me figure this out? Okay, so, he's helping in the other room. I'm so glad he's here. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, as guests join, I hid your audio and video. I hope you don't mind. It looks like it's one of my, okay, welcome Xerxes, here he is. Oh, hi. Okay, we're just gonna try and if this takes more than 2 minutes, then we will ignore it. But I wanna talk to you guys. Any clue as to what I can do? Click here. Click in the chat box, group chat. It's not really, it's allowing me to chat, but I am chatting. Oh, somebody's leaking, beeping. Oh, somebody out here is smarter than me, I can tell. Q&A is disabled. Okay. I'm so glad all of you viewers are here with me for this very first exciting Hangout.
It is exciting.
It is. Ooh. I don't know what that does either. Okay. Okay, so if you want to ask me a question, which I really, really want you to ask me a question, why don't you either, if you have my phone number, you're more than welcome to text message me. But if you do not have my phone number, why don't you message within the event page any questions that you have? And Xerxes, can you make sure I get those questions? Okay, he said you bet. All right. Okay, so let's get going. I'm really sad about if anybody knows how to do this whole group chat thing, like seriously, tell me, because this is crazy. Ooh, settings, default speaker. No, no. You're all seeing how technologically challenged I am right now. Okay, let's get rolling. Like, I want to talk about this whole worksheet thing first. Okay, so calendar. Here it is. We're going to go through it really fast. So whip out your calendar, whip out your cell phone if that's where your calendar is. I'm going to kind of jam through this a little bit quickly so that it's not too, taking forever because it is my totally crazy schedule. I know on Monday I have a meeting at 6:30. It's an online meeting. My pen is not working. Seriously. Backup pen. Oh, this was the backup pen. I'm so glad I have an assistant in the other room. Okay, so I have a meeting at 6:30. It's an online meeting, so I want to make sure that my family is sitting down for dinner by 5:30. So I'm just writing in these little boxes my schedule, as you can see. And it's small, but this is just really about dinner or meals in general. Tuesday is a little bit different. I actually have a seminar for most of the morning, and it's an online seminar, but I want to be really focused during that time. It's a work day for me. My husband's home with my children, and I get to work. So I need to make sure that I pack a lunch. So I'm just going to write in here, pack a lunch. And dinner is probably going to be at a totally reasonable hour, and maybe Xerxes will cook for it. Wednesday, we're going to be gone, I think, for a lot of the afternoon, but then my daughter has dance at 6:30. And sometimes we go out to eat because her dance is across the street from the restaurant. And so we just sit and eat and dine with buddies and have a good time. So just going through this, I want to go this kind of quickly. Thursday, I work in the evenings. So I'm going to put I work. And my husband makes dinner. I'm just putting that in there. And then Friday, it seems like kind of a normal day. So I'm just going to put normal. And by normal, I mean I'm home, which actually looking at the schedule is not normal. Saturday, my kids are having a birthday party. Having a little event. And so I am going to be cooking for that. And then on Sunday, it's kind of a ho-hum day. We're just home and life is groovy. So I'm just going to put home. So these are just little like notations, not a big deal. This isn't, a detailed calendar by any means. I mean, if you want to get detailed, but I hope you have another location where you're dealing with your calendar and the realities of it. This is just to help with the meal plan. Because so often we are like, oh, I want to make lasagna this week. But then we don't actually think about the fact that we're not, home long enough to make lasagna. So the next part, I'm going to shoot us down to this section where you can see all of the produce listed out. And you can see that this is what I consider the essential summer produce. So these are things that I'm looking for, that I want to eat, that are probably going to be at my farmer's market. They're probably going to be, hopefully in my garden, some of these things, maybe not the peaches, but definitely things that I'm looking for, things that are in season, that they're going to be abundant, they're going to be on sale, they're going to be beautiful, ripe. Perfect. So I'm just going to go through and circle the things that I kind of want to keep my radar out for, partially because, I know some of these things aren't really ready right now where I live. So we're going to start with apricots. I saw some the other day, and so I want to seek them out. Cherries. I actually have some cherries in my fridge, and I want more cherries. Tomatoes, I just can't resist. And then peppers, I am circling because my children are obsessed with sweet peppers. And then cucumbers. It's so hot out, and cucumbers are kind of amazing right now. So I'm just circling these. If you want to keep your eye out for all of these things, that's totally understandable, but I'm just circling them so that I, can bring it into my meal plan and really incorporate it rather than being overwhelmed. It's kind of a long list. There's like 12 things. So the next thing, welcome to my kitchen. We are going to look into my fridge. It could scare you. Who knows? But right here is this little section. It's a column, and it says what needs attention in my fridge or freezer or pantry. So my assistant has arrived to help me with my door so that it stays open. So I'm going to stand up, tilt you up here a little bit. Hope I'm not making anybody dizzy. I am going to open up our fridge, and you're going to see a whole lot of dairy. We have a lot of milk at the moment, but hopefully I'm hoping to have a little cheese party with some friends this week, and we're going to hopefully make cheese, and all of that milk will be worthwhile. Okay, so I'm clipboarding it now, and I got to bring you closer because we are attached. I've got my little headset connected so that hopefully you can at least hear my voice. Even though you can't chat with me, which is so sad. Remember, go to Facebook if the event post, and hopefully you will see me. You'll be able to ask me some questions. All right, so welcome to my fridge. And currently my vegetable drawers are like crazy empty. I have some limes, some green beans that I seriously need to eat tonight, and then this little tiny bag of carrots. So I'm just gonna write the carrots down because I know I can incorporate those. Right here I have some yogurt, some nice Greek yogurt. So I'm gonna put that down because that is always, I mean, it's great for breakfast, but it's also really nice for salad dressings. And I have a whole lot of lettuce right now. So I have an embarrassingly large container of whipping cream. I had a whipped cream need, and it was like cheaper to get way too much of it. So I actually, I want to make creme fraiche with it, which is a quick recipe. It's 2 cups of cream for about a couple tablespoons of buttermilk, cultured buttermilk, and that you let it sit on your counter for 24 to 48 hours, depending, and you have creme fraiche, which we use as our sour cream, and we do fun things with it. Because a dollop of cream is always fantastic. So I am just gonna write over here on my little note thing, buy buttermilk, buy cultured buttermilk. So I'm just writing myself a little handy dandy note. Okay, because I have to get rid of that cream. Although maybe ice cream, there's so many possibilities with cream. Okay, so next, yeah, embarrassing amount of milk, which will hopefully be made into like ricotta or another kind of cheese. This wasn't actually supposed to be a cheese meal planning session, but when you have too much dairy. This is some leftover quinoa, and I definitely am gonna be using this and incorporating it. And I'm actually super excited that I have it all cooked up and ready to go. Quinoa is one of those things that I always double up on, and I always make sure I have way too much of. These are baked beans. We are gonna probably just be eating those possibly tonight. Tonight's definitely a leftover night. My children are out on a special date with their grandmother, so my husband and I are gonna be eating the leftovers. Okay, what else do we have in here? This looks like it was yogurt that we made previously. Tahini, oh, this leftovers as well is a very delicious stuffed quinoa eggplant. This, I believe my mother-in-law brought. Okay, I have some guacamole I bought. So I want to incorporate that. What else? Okay, cheese. I've got some cheddar. Ooh, I just noticed that I have some breakfast sausage that we need to be eating really soon. So that looks like it's gonna be a little Saturday morning brunch activity, maybe with some of this milk. We'll do some biscuits and gravy, which my family really, really loves. Or I might just cook it up. My kids love breakfast sausage. But I'm gonna write it down because clearly I forgot about it this week. It was a birthday week. So we're buying extra special things. Feta always makes everything better. Definitely incorporating that in some way. I don't actually normally eat this much dairy, or do I? I don't know. I do love dairy. I have a pretty steady supply of eggs because we have chickens. So I'll put eggs down, but those usually get eaten at a pretty rapid rate. And I'm actually currently making a little bit of bread. So those are kind of my basic staples. Got plenty of butter. I think we're good with this list. I also have some, I'm gonna just note, I have some green olives, which I think would be really nice with the feta and kind of maybe a Greek salad, something like that. Oh, okay, we are moving on. If you weren't looking at the middle of me for that much. Okay, the bottom of this pre-plan, right down here, you'll see lots of different fun squares. And this, it says, what would each of us love to eat this week? I really feel like this is critical and important. And I kind of learned it from a fellow food blogger. But asking your family what they want to eat and then figuring out how to incorporate that is really important. So I asked my husband earlier, and he, of course, would like pasta. And I really want like tacos or nachos, or maybe not nachos, but I want something with beans this week. And I forgot to ask my daughter. But I was also thinking, if you have older children, this might be kind of fun to like write in their name in one of these little squares, and maybe they know which square is theirs. And I like to keep kind of a stack of these worksheets handy and ready to go. But I was thinking, if my children could write, that I would let them, you know, throughout the week, if they have a craving for something that they want to be considered in the weekly meal plan, that they could maybe write it in and let me know. And they don't even have to let me know, they can just write it in. So that was one little idea that I had for just kind of incorporating your family into this process, which I think is really awesome, important. Oh, you know what? I remembered I have some cherries up there, some cherries in the fridge that we definitely need to be munching on, although that's not hard with my children. They are obsessed with cherries. Okay, so we are gonna switch pages. We are now going to the summer meal plan page. I'm gonna just quickly check my phone and see if anybody is texting. Oh, hi friends. Okay, yay. I don't think there were any pressing questions. If there were, let me know. Okay, or Facebook Xerxes. Okay, so make sure you're checking out your fridge and just thinking through what's going on in there. If you are one of those bachelor style people who only has mustard in their fridge, I totally get it. Actually, I don't. I don't get it at all. But if you are, by some crazy chance, look in your freezer. And actually, I kind of want to look in my freezer really quick. I'm not going to show you, but I have some ground beef in there. And I also have some edamame, but I'll write them down. You never know. They might get incorporated. So I'm going to put a little edamame, which my kids love, and then ground beef, which actually the ground beef will probably come in handy for the kids' party on Saturday. Okay. We're moving on to the next page. Here it goes. I'm going to put it down, but we're going to come back to it. Okay, so here we have, and I hope it's in focus, but there's 3 columns: in season, batch and stock, and then shopping list. Okay, so what I mean by in season is this would be a great place to list out everything that you might be getting from a CSA. It's also anything that's coming from your garden, farmer's market, whatever is really actually coming from the earth. So the other list had kind of the ideas of the vegetables. This is real. This is what you actually have. So I know I have a lot of lettuce. We have beets that need to be picked. And they have greens with them. But I also have kale. And then we have a lot of cilantro that's actually starting to bolt. So I know that I need to be taking care of this garden stuff and just making sure that these are being prioritized and taken into account as I am planning it out. So the next list is batch and stock. And this is where you want to talk about anything that you would make in a multiple amount that could be incorporated into other meals or is available. So my quinoa definitely falls into this batch and stock. But also I am bubbling up in my little crock pot over there some chicken stock from some chicken we had last week. Or just a few days ago. It's not that old. What else do I have? I wrote myself a little list just in case. Oh, and then I'm planning to make that creme fraiche. Although the next column, shopping list, I'm just going to put buttermilk over there because I clearly need buttermilk. So I'm making the creme fraiche. That's going to be like our sour cream for the week and, you know, like yogurt gone fancy. And okay, so now we are going to bring, oh, no, one more thing. We have this calendar. So we're going to go drop down a little bit lower. And you see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The other thing is we have cook time, head chef, and dinner time. Now, these you're welcome to use however you like, but I'm going to share with you how I use them. Cook time is basically what I do for how much time I realistically have in the kitchen to start to finish make dinner. But that might not really be the entire time that I have. So for example, on Monday, I know I want to eat dinner. We're going to eat dinner at 5:30. So I'm going to write dinner in there. And I'm probably going to be home around 4 o'clock. So between 4 and 5:30. But I have 2 small children who have absolutely no interest in me cooking dinner at that particular time frame. So chances are that that's my window. Basically, write down your window for your cook time. Chances are I probably only have 20 minutes to make dinner, but hopefully I can incorporate one of them into the process and we can get it done. Head chef on Monday, I know, is me. I believe on Tuesday, my husband's going to do it. On Wednesday, definitely me. On Thursday, I'm not even home. So it's Xerxes. He's doing it. And then I believe, Friday and Saturday, it'll be one of us for sure. I'm not going to necessarily go through this whole list just in the interest of time, but I just wanted to explain to you kind of what that looks like. And that actually, definitely do that before you finalize this list. Because if you have, for example, I know my Wednesday, there's such a good possibility that I will barely even be home that day to make dinner. So I want to make sure that I know that it's like I have 20 minutes. So that's what cook time, like you have 10, 20 minutes to make dinner. And then over here, it's like, but you do need to be eating dinner by 5:30. I'm just going to write that in really quick. I'm going to put 30 minutes. So 5 to 5:30. All right. So that's my Wednesday. All right. Now we get to finally do the meal planning. We did all our pre-planning. And now we're going to incorporate the pre-plan with the meal plan. Here we go. So I've got a few things going on. I know that one of us would like pasta. I know that I would like tacos. So that's part of it. I have leftover quinoa. I do have some guacamole, yogurt, carrots, breakfast sausage. I really think that that's going to end up as a breakfast. So the other thing is, you will notice in this column over here, there are 3 beautiful colors for each section. And you can, sometimes I write in a ton of information about what I need to be doing that day as far as food is concerned. Like I like to make bread, so sometimes make bread is on one of those columns. But if you're one of those amazing people that actually plan breakfast, lunch, and dinner, then you could even put that in. So BLD, check it out. And then you can actually plan each one of those meals for the day. We don't do that. We eat a lot of leftovers for lunch. We have kind of our staples that we keep around for lunch, and same with breakfast. So we kind of have our routine with that, but that's an option. Just letting you know. Okay, so for our meals, I kind of want to use that quinoa up pretty early. And I've got these beets, and I also have this amazing recipe on Lily's table that are my beets and seeds burgers. They're vegan, they're delightful. I roast up the beets, which actually I'm going to put beets up here in batch stock. And I might, if I have, depending on when I actually harvest our beets, if I have some extras, I might roast a bunch of beets at one time and then have some beets handy for salads, which would go really nice with cherries and lettuce and just kind of a luscious, delicious salad. So I'm putting beets up here in my batch and stock. But I think that what I want to do on Monday are the beets and seeds burgers. And we'll probably have a salad with that. So I'm writing it in. Okay. And now remember, on Tuesday, I need to pack a lunch. I'm making bread, so hopefully all will go well with my bread. You never know. And so I'm going to probably just pack a sandwich and maybe some carrots or something like that. So a sandwich and veggies for my lunch. So we got a nice little start. Beets and seeds burgers, lunch, sandwich and veggies. All right, Tuesday night, I'm thinking that's taco night. So Xerxes is probably cooking that night. He does awesome tacos. They're simple, they're easy, they're fun. Okay, so the only thing is we like to cook our beans from scratch, which, you know, it's kind of just our thing. We do it quick in our pressure cooker, but I do like to soak them overnight. So I'm actually gonna go back up to my Monday and write in soak beans, and then I'm gonna put tacos in for Tuesday. All right, so Wednesday, that's our super quick day. Things could be crazy. So I am actually gonna put leftovers in there plus salad, because left salads, we can whip those out with all of our greens coming from the garden pretty easily. If for some crazy reason we ate all of our leftovers, you know, we could do bread and cheese. I have that chicken broth, so we could, if it's not too hot on Wednesday, I could always whip up a quick little soup, which, you know, just like saute some vegetables, add some broth, soup. So I'm gonna put leftovers and salad / soup. Okay, Thursday, Xerxes is cooking pasta. It's kind of Thursday pasta night. Friday, so I know that on Saturday we're doing a lot of cooking for the party. So I am hoping that we might have leftovers on Friday as well. But if not, so leftovers and salad. And then Saturday, I think we're doing kind of a grill out and some big salads, like pasta salads and fun things like that. Okay. And then for all of these salads, I didn't really put a ton of details in, but you know, having the creme fraiche makes a creamy, luscious salad. Topping, although I have so much cream, I might make kind of a creme fraiche ice cream and just go crazy with a dessert this week, which we don't always do. But the cilantro, I'm just gonna kind of go back through and make sure that I am utilizing a lot of these things so that I know that we're doing a good job here. So the cilantro is definitely gonna be used during taco night. I didn't really put much for the kale, but the kale is still kind of baby small, and so we have been incorporating it into our salads a lot. The beets, I definitely am doing the beets and seeds burgers, as well as if there's enough beets to harvest, I'm gonna roast up some extras. And you know what? I'm gonna just note on Saturday that I'm gonna do a kale salad, I believe. Although I need to decide if we have enough kale for that. And then I didn't make a plan for Sunday at this point because often we kind of, you know, we've acquired things. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the farmer's market, even though I clearly don't need a ton of food because I seem to have plenty. But I still kind of want to get those cucumbers. So I'm going to add cucumbers to my shopping list and tomatoes because those are awesome for salads and sandwiches for lunches. And then my sweet pepper obsessed children need theirs. And I'm just going to put fruit, and I'm going to get whatever fruit at the market we can find. Oh, I think I'm done. And now I really hope you guys have some questions for me, and I'm going to ask Xerxes. Xerxes? Not the... What? Okay, you guys don't have questions. That's cool. All right. So what I want to talk about, I'm kind of excited. That only took a half hour. I thought I was going to ramble. You never know with me. So Xerxes, do you have any questions? Did I miss anything? He knows, he does. So another thing about meal planning, just like a tip, I think having an accountability partner really helps a lot. And he actually has been awesome at just giving me feedback, saying what he wants to eat, saying when he wants to cook. He loves cooking, so it works out really well. And I think that I almost feel like I need him to come in and give a testimonial about his experience with it. But I feel like that this meal planning has, using these worksheets has really allowed us to have enough structure that we are focused in the week, and it's just one less thing to think about. And as you could see, it took only about a half hour to put together our meal plan. And as you get faster with it, I mean, you kind of know what's coming and going in your fridge and in your pantry and all of that. So I do want to take a few more minutes, and please shoot me any questions as they come up. But I did want to take a couple of minutes to talk about cheflilly.com/summer camp. So this summer, in just a few days, I am launching a summer camp experience, a meal plan summer camp. And basically it is your standard membership with Lily's Table, but with a little bit more delight, a little bit more exciting. And my plan with it is we're just going to kind of be more playful with meal planning. There's going to be more hangouts like this. So if you had fun doing this hangout, we'll be doing more of them, but they will be exclusive for the members throughout the summer. Also, we're going to be doing some cook-alongs. So instead of a sing-along, we're going to do, I'm planning some cook-alongs. So that will be coming together on a weekend, probably not 6 p.m. on a Friday night, which I know is the witching hour for most small children, as it is for my small children, if you have small children. So, or if you're out and about on a Friday night, like young people, well, not anymore. Anyways, so it'll probably be on a weekend, and we'll get together similar style and just doing some chopping and cooking and simmering things and getting ourselves set up for the week, where you have those things that are on the batch stock list right here ready to go in your fridge. So you're having a lot more fun meal planning. And we'll be talking a little bit more about what that is through the summer camp. And also, there'll be a private Facebook group, and I'm planning to have sort of just sessions where we come together and you can just ask me questions via Facebook. I'll be on there live. So if you are, I'm going to kind of pull all of the summer campers to find out their ideal time for meal planning. I know most people do it on the weekends. I tend to do it Sunday evening. But I'm sure people do whatever makes the most sense for their schedule. So I'm going to kind of pull people around and kind of figure out when the best time might be for that, and then have a few sessions where I'm actually there and you can talk to me about, all right, I've got, carrots, quinoa, and yogurt. Like, what would be a good thing to make? I need to use those items up. So that was another question that I did have for all of you. As you're going through your meal plan, are there any foods on your list that you're actually kind of wondering, like, I really need to use up these 2 or 3 items? If anybody could Facebook Xerxes that and let us know what, and then we can kind of, I'll give you some ideas and maybe even send you a recipe or 2. So I'm going to keep talking about the summer camp a tiny bit more and give you guys an opportunity to ask a couple more questions if you so desire. Let me know some foods that you have sitting in your fridge that you're ready to use up. I'm trying to think what else is going on with the summer camp. I'm really excited about it, and I really would love for you to be in it. So definitely go to the page that talks in detail about it, and that's cheflilly.com/summer camp. And at the end of the day, it really is just a membership service, but with a bonus and a perk. So you're going to be getting a lot more meal planning attention, and we're going to be talking about how to incorporate kids into it, how to get them more involved in the kitchen, because I feel like that matters a lot, especially if you have kids who are borderline with food or a little bit picky, or considering being picky. We're going to be talking about bringing them in, and then about halfway through the summer, so kind of mid-July, we are going to start talking about back to school, and we're going to be talking about packing lunches and what that entails, quick breakfasts. So setting yourself up for a week of breakfast. So maybe that's making granola, which we really love to do in my house, or even making these like oatmeal bakes that you can kind of cut up and eat throughout the week, or snack bars and things like that. What else are we talking about? We're going to talk about how to feed moms, because I think so often we pack the lunch and we make breakfast and we get our children out the door, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, yeah, I actually don't have anything to eat. I do that a lot. And all of a sudden I'm like eating cheese and crackers and dreaming about the sandwiches that I made for my child. So we're going to be talking about that. And then also, of course, dinners and what that transition from summer into back to school really looks like for meal planning and for dinners. So Xerxes, any questions? Okay, I think you guys are good. I think you don't have any questions for me, which I'm not going to be offended by. I totally get it. But next time we are going to figure out this whole chat message thing. And honestly, like, I almost feel like I could do this. I can figure this out. Oh, I just did something wrong. Seriously wrong. Okay. I think what I'll do instead is say thank you so much for being a part of my very, very first meal plan hangout. And I really appreciate your forgiveness for any of my technical inadequacies and, you know, just goofiness in general, because that's sort of who I am. So thank you. And please do me a favor. Go through this meal plan, make it happen in your family, message me, email me. I almost want to give you my phone number so you can text me. But ask me questions about how to make this a reality for your family. And you don't have to do it as detailed as I did, but make it your own. Like, make it exactly what you want it to be. And then also check out cheflilly.com/summer camp and just spread the word. Let a couple of people know about this and share the love. Thank you guys so much. Yay! We did it. Thank you. All right, here we go. I'm hanging up. See you later. Get out of here. Okay.